Good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR.
Yeah, good evening, Rob. Sounding pretty good. You getting your voice back?
Yeah, I've kind of always had it, but the coughing stuff has died down a bit, but I still get it every once in a while.
I hear you. Okay.
Boy, today was kind of a warm one. I didn't realize it, but I guess the humidity was up a bit, so it kind of got to me today. I had to come in and put an ice pack on my neck.
Okay. Yeah, it was very humid. It's been very humid. You can tell you put a glass of cold water out, and all of a sudden it's sweating. That's what you see when you go to Florida or Texas or any place like that. But here in California, where we are, it's pretty dry, and very seldom do you see a sweaty glass, except in an air-conditioned building or a swamp-cooler building. But outside, they don't get like that. But boy, my glasses are just, everything is just soaking wet on the outside these days. So there's a lot of moisture in the air.
Yep, the phone said about 28% humidity. My little thing says 33%. So, yep, it's definitely a humid day. Normally we're down around 10.
Yep, 10 to 20 anyway, yep. Well, who do we have in? Have you heard anybody else yet yourself?
I just got over here. The Fresno Net went a long time tonight. So I think Aaron is at his sister's, and he'll be checking in sometime, if not at the end.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's a lot of little celebrations going on this weekend. Parties for graduation parties and all kinds of stuff. So I suspect we'll have a kind of a disturbed, sluggish turnout here. I think I'm pointed south, but I can't read the readout. Let me see if I can make the number change and I can see what this number is.
Kilo Golf 6, Queen Nancy Yankee, 1091.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
Okay. Marcus? Is it 1091 or 1191, Marcus?
It's 1091 there, Mike.
Yeah, good evening to you, and good evening to you, Daryl. 982. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing just fine. We got company from our old hometown, and we're having a nice visit.
Oh, very good. Okay, well, go to it, and if you've got time for the net, that's fine, but wait, at least have your check-in, Daryl, so enjoy your evening there.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I wanted to be sure and get checked in. The women they're BSing, so.
Yep, you're checked in. And Marcus, what was your weekend like?
Well, I recuperated from a bad cold or something that seemed like it. So, but we're 100% feeling fine now. So that's out of the way.
Oh, that's good. I don't think I had anything, but I was just tired the last couple of days. I just couldn't get over the tiredness. Now I realize it was probably just my back. My back was tired because I was doing stoop labor, and it just made me want to lay down every minute. Anyway, I just did something unusual. I just stayed in bed till 11 o'clock this morning, and I slept on and off. Judy had a rough night with a little stomach upset, so that kept us up a little bit more than normal. But anyway, I feel good now, and I got started about noon, and we've been working right up till just about 7 o'clock this evening. So put in a pretty full day. Got 3 barrels of weeds done today, over.
Oh, wow, okay. You've been doing quite a bit there. I hope that temperature's okay over there, Mike. I don't know if you're getting the help you need, but you need to get as much rest as you can.
Oh, I got help. found a lady by the name of Amanda, and she's a machine. She's a machine that's hooked to a weed eater. Unbelievable lady. I think she's in mid-30s or low 30s, and she's just cranks, man. She puts in 4 or 5 hours every day in the hot sun with the weed eater. She's got her own little weed eater. It's a still, but it seems to do a good job. And she's weeded an immense amount of stuff around the property here, and raked some. I've got to go back behind her and do some more raking because I want to get the dry grass that's still fuel. Even though it's not sticking upright, it's laying down, and I don't want that in certain spots. I don't want a lot of fuel on the ground. So I've got to clean that up, but, I made many trips to the dump. I've already started doing that, but the stuff I picked up today was mostly just underneath my 3 redwood trees. Unbelievable, between what the redwoods drop and what comes out of the ground. And it's only a little strip about 6 feet wide, 30 feet long, but it's prolific. No end of, but I hadn't cleaned it all summer since April when things started to fall down and make the ground covered up with stuff. So it's gone about 3 months, so it's not unusual. Anyway, that's my story, but I feel pretty good. Finally got enough sleep, I think, and enough lay down rest that my body was trying to get back to normal here. Anyway, let's see who else we have. I am pointed south looking for Ben. If you're there, Ben, hopefully we can copy you today. I think I'm pointed pretty close because I can hear the guys in L.A. on the frequency here. N6SWR, N6SWR in Bakersfield, 6MYC in the Bozo Net, over.
KM6SRR.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, Ben texted me. He thinks he might have blew another power supply or something, or his Mirage 160-watt amp. So he was trying to be on, but it didn't work. So he said he won't be able to check in.
Okay, that's too bad. I heard him last week, but he was very weak, so I suspect he was just barefoot last week. And he could have checked in that way tonight, but I guess he's disappointed that things aren't working there. All right, well, that's good to know. I won't spend any more time with him, and I know Rick isn't going to be in here till later, if at all. So it was good to see Rick twice last week. That was good. I thought he was kind of down in the dumps, but at least he's making the best of it over there. Anyway, anybody else for the net, please check in now before we go over toward the Atascadero, okay? 6MYC.
Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf, 971.
And there's 971. Doing the best he can to keep choking down that oxygen. Go for it, Dave.
Oh, I'm just sitting out here in the heat, that's all. It's hot out here, it's air conditioned inside, so I'll probably be headed back in there. Yeah, get in there where it's cool and I can actually breathe. I don't know, Mike, it's just one day at a time now.
Yeah, well, hang in there, buddy. We got our fingers crossed out. I don't know, do they have anything that they're working on to give you some help?
Well, I'm in between doctor's appointments.
In-betweens, okay. You've got the in-betweens going on, okay.
Then they'll be opening it up to a cardiologist next, and we'll go that route, see if a cardiologist can help out. Yeah, it's just really hard telling.
Yeah, it's really bad when your lungs are not doing what they're supposed to do there. That's a shame. All right. Well, good luck with that. Hopefully that won't take too long to get some resolve. Maybe your cardiologist can at least find something that you can do to make it easier on your heart or beef up your heart capability there. Because when you don't have the oxygen, it really is hard on your whole system, as you know. All right, K6VBG. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, KM6SRR, and we could probably put, I assume that the stream is running. Has anybody got the stream on?
Yep, it's running, Mike, and you are pointed south. I see the antenna mark.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, I'm going to check in. Aaron anyway. If he isn't here, he's here by the fact that he's making the counts as much as check it in or more to have the stream going.
Yep, he said he's at his sister's and he was going to head in for the pool. So he had to leave his radio up on the deck or table, wherever.
Boy, I came so close to getting in the pool today. I was out there for a while. What was I doing? I was doing something. It was tiresome. What the hell was I doing? Can't remember where I was. Anyway, I guess I don't know. I'm trying to remember what I was doing the early part of the day. Anyway, about halfway through the afternoon, I thought, boy, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get in the pool. I'm going to just finish this second barrel of weeds and get in the pool. And one thing led to another, and I didn't. I didn't do it. I went in, and Levin was on, and Judy said, aren't you going to watch Levin? Oh, crap. So I had to watch Levin or part of it. And then I went back out as soon as the riots in L.A. precluded the last 15 minutes of Levin, so that's a real shame, and what a debacle down there. Anyway, okay, anybody else to check in before we go toward Atascadero? This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie Bozo Net, Northern California, 2 meters. Anybody?
KK6 ZKE 704.
Okay, I got 2 of you. I hear you, Terry. Good evening. KK6 ZKE 704. Good evening. And there was another one in there. Who was the other one?
KJ6TYL 1009.
And you're still sounding pretty fresh, so it sounds like you had a relaxing weekend. All ready to go to work on Monday, are you?
Nah, I'll go Tuesday.
Oh, another day. Oh, my goodness. You're going to be a rip snorter on Tuesday. Very good. Anyway, go ahead. Let's see. Terry, take one and see what's been going on in your bailiwick there.
Not much happening over here. Just trying to get a little bit more well than I was the last few days, and that's okay. And I'll do the yard tomorrow.
Sunday night, Bozo edition, Southern California. Hello.
Hello, Southern California. I got you, Terry. Thanks. Hang on a second. Okay, Southern California. This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie Bozo 47. Over.
Yeah, hi, Mike. How you doing? Also, heard the gentleman out in California City. What was your call again? Okay, gotcha. And 47. Anybody else want to check in on the Sunday night Southern California edition, Bozo 831 here in High Desert?
Good evening, John. KG6 USS. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, number 432. Over.
All right. Hey, Rob, got you. Big signal in here tonight for sure. Yeah, it's good hearing from you. Anybody else want to check in real quick?
I don't hear anybody, John. We're a little light on check-ins. It's a very busy, a celebration weekend for graduation times and so on. So I know a lot of people may be either involved in that or coming home from. Same. Over.
Oh, copy that. Boy, Mike, your signal just really jumped up here big time. I turned my antenna a little bit north, so picking you up a little bit better there.
Yeah, no, you're booming up here too. Very loud, very good signal, John. Sounds like we got good propagation tonight. A little flutter fading on there, but it's not bad. Anyway, great to hear you. Yeah, there's just none of the big guns are on here this evening. In fact, quite a few people are checking in by remote mode. Well, not quite a few, but a lot of people are almost to the point of remote. It's either too hot in the shack or they're still at some celebration someplace. Anyway, good evening to you, John, and good to hear you, as always. KG6USS, K6MYC.
Right now, it's nice and comfortable. All right, Mike, hey, thanks for checking in with me. I appreciate it. How about you 160 here in California City? We copy for you, 831 here in High Desert.
Okay, anybody else for the Bozo Net in Northern California here? K6MYC, just about to go toward the Atascadero. Over.
Very good copy on you. Thanks for checking in with me. I appreciate it, and we'll get you on the log.
Hey, Mike, did you want to give Ben a proxy for trying?
Ben, yes, we could do that.
Okay, I'll mark him down. I haven't heard Rick on there. KB6RQU, Rick.
No, he doesn't get on when there's competition to the Southern California guys, Rob.
Yeah, Rob, I wanted to give you kudos. You're into my shack. I'm standing alongside of you, bud. Thanks for checking in with me. Appreciate it.
Okay, John. Well, you made a mistake. Gave me your address, so that's how I got right next to you.
Copy that. All right, brother. We'll catch you on Wednesday night. Have a good evening.
7-3, John. Okay, Mike.
7-3, John.
7-3, y'all.
All right, now back to you, Terry, although I just think you pretty much said you had done something today and you were going to do the lawn tomorrow, so I missed what you said you were going to do because the traffic covered that part of it. Anyway, take one and then we'll get it over to see if there's anybody else in here. Over.
Yeah, just like everyone else. I didn't feel good for a couple of days, but it's okay now.
Well, I was sort of off my game, too. I don't think I wasn't feeling bad. I just didn't have any energy. And all I wanted to do was lay down. And then I lay down, I would go to sleep. So I must have been fighting something. I didn't have anything. I didn't feel bad stomach-wise or headache or runny nose or sore throat or anything. I just was tired. And I think it was just because of I got a couple of nights with funny sleep happenings. And I didn't sleep right, so I think that was it more than anything. And then, of course, the hot weather, I'm just not quite there yet. I worked out today. I got 4 or 5 hours in the heat here at 100, and hopefully that'll get me sorted out. I just have to acclimate, and it's tough to do that in the summer for me. Particularly what we're doing now is we're running the air conditioning in the house. We've got enough solar panels and enough batteries to run the air conditioning and keep the house, the back end of the house where most of the activity is and most of the bedrooms, we're keeping that at about 78. And that's, I could keep it at 80, but it's cooler at 78. Everybody's quite comfortable at 78. And the point is that I'm quite cool at 78, so it doesn't let me acclimate for 24 hours. It gives me an 8-hour break where temperatures are normal. Over.
Yeah, I keep mine on 80, and I actually got a good report from PG&E this time as to energy use. Wow.
What do you do? Hold it down to $4,000 a month?
No, it was cheap at about $230 this month.
Yeah, that's wild. I had one day last month we used. We didn't even use it, but if we had used it, we looked at the record and we drew 7,000 watts that day, and it would have cost me $350. Over.
Yeah, that is just the way to go. That is really nice.
Yeah, that was just one day. You can imagine what it would be if I ran on PG&E. Went at 50 cents a kilowatt hour. They just crucify me here. Anyway, but we didn't have to pay them because I got it all out the sun, thanks to Mr. Soul. But there was I don't think we've used PG&E at all this month, except maybe one day when we had. I ran the well out of water by mistake, and we had to pump overnight, and we had actually got to go on PG at about 5 in the morning so people could take showers. We had water, but we didn't have any pressure pump water for showers. Good enough. See you Wednesday night, Terry. Always good to hear you in there, and I'm glad you're feeling a little better. KK6ZKE, K6MYC, clear as, and listening for any others. I want to check in from the Bozo Net. Anybody hearing my voice, come on now.
K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100 on the remote.
Okay, on the remote. I got you. No problem. We had you checked in already. I didn't know whether you had Brittany with you. I assumed you did, but I'll put her down as well. Over.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. We'll catch you later. K6USY.
Understand. I know I had to wait for the delay there. Very good. Thanks for keeping the stream going there, Aaron. And know that's double duty for you on a holiday celebration evening here. Thanks so much. And we'll continue. I think we're going to go over toward the Atascadero and see if Ron was over there. Here we go. Should be about. Well, I think I'm close. What does it look like to you, Rob?
Yeah, it looks pretty close. On this one, I don't have a digital readout or anything, and there's no cities on the map, but it looks like that's the right direction.
Okay, it should be at 211. So there you go. How about it, Ron? W6QUI, Atascadero, or KN6EIV, Atascadero. K6MYC, Bozo Net, Central California, Northern California, calling and listing. Oh, celebration time over there. Or they're frozen stiff and they can't get to the mic. Can you believe they can have 50-degree temperatures when we're at 100 over here?
Yeah, sometimes that's the way it works. I remember that when we get real hot over here, they get some fog coming in from the ocean when we have hot days over here.
Yeah, that's what happens. The temperature rises, all the air rises up in the Central Valley here, and it just sucks the air in off the coast, and it pulls that fog right in on them. We used to see the same thing coming up through up in Southern California, and to go right, it would come in over Santa Cruz and in that way, and Salinas. And it would be nice all day, and then about 6 o'clock in the evening, it would fall. All of a sudden, we look to the west, and here comes the fog bank. Holy cow. It was a blessing, because it would cool the air down, because we'd be pretty warm in the valley. We'd be in the 90s, and all of a sudden, it would bring it back into the 70s real quick like. All right, I don't hear Ron. Ron, KW6QUI, or how about Eric, KN6EIV? Anybody? Neither one of them. Okay, let's go up and get Tom, maybe. Santa Cruz time.
I think you went past the mic. You're at San Jose.
I'm back into the 270 window now. Problem is my eyesight has gone bad on one eye, and I can't see the middle number. I can see the 2, and I can see the other number on the other end, but if I can't see the 7, I don't know I'm pointed west at 270. That's the problem. I have a real tough time all of a sudden reading the number after the 2. I can always see the first number, but the next one is just hard to read. Anyway, Tom, good evening if you're there, and also Lee for that matter. AF6 United and KW6S. How about you, Tom? You there? How about Lee? AF6 United. Alpha Foxtrot 6 United, K6MYC.
AF6 United, the countdown Bozo, 1098. I am here tonight. Howdy, howdy.
Okay, very good. Well, maybe you can talk loud and long enough to get Tom up, awake. Although maybe he didn't say he would be gone or doing anything on Sunday night, but sometimes those things come up on these weekends. You just never know. Sometimes they decide to go out to dinner, or they go out for an afternoon, and it turns into a dinner. And one thing you never know about these Sunday night nets. Anyway, you're sounding loud as always, and Rob, you might tell me if you can hear Lee over there. He's pounding in here tonight. AF6 United near Watsonville, K6 MYC.
Roger, Roger. Well, I know, I think Tom was AWOL last Thursday on 432 as well, so I hope everything is okay over there with him. I haven't heard too much of anything else, so, yeah. Otherwise, I've been doing a little work on the VHF UHF tower and getting things in position, and I'm kind of hoping that maybe on Wednesday I will have the antennas up a little bit higher and maybe coming in a little bit stronger, especially on 432 on Thursday night. Go ahead.
Well, that'll be good. We have had plenty of signal from you. Last week was a little weaker than some other weeks, but I finally got pointed right at you and had quite good signals from you. But it would be good if the antennas did go up and all of a sudden you popped in and were copied by Rob. It's funny because you and Tom can be identical signal strength here, and Rob hears him and he doesn't hear you. Rob, you got any copy on Lee tonight?
Nope, I searched around and I got some, it sounds like some voicing with a noise, but that's the best I can do.
Boy, that is weird. He must have a knife edge. He's going to raise the antennas maybe by Wednesday. He'll have them up another notch, and maybe that'll change the angle over the ridge there. And so who knows? He might be popping into your place on 2 meters or Thursday on 432. Anyway, very good, Lee. Good to hear. How was your weekend? Did you have any celebrations? Nobody graduating or anything?
Oh, no, my children are all in their mid to upper 30s and actually doing quite well as, in their own professions. So everything has been good here. Actually, where we live, there's a canyon off to the side of us. And in this area, it seems like because most of the places are at least 2.5 acres or 3 acres, nothing huge, but not in town, there are a lot of parties that seem to happen up and down the canyons whenever there's, events like quinceañeras or graduation time or whatever other holiday you want to observe for anything. And I haven't heard anything in the canyon over the weekend, but it's been pretty foggy here. You've been 100 degrees in there, and I've just been 65, I think, or something around that 67 maybe was the high here today. So, it's been quite mild, and I think that's been keeping the party fever down. Back to you.
Yeah, okay. Well, I know Matt and his wife Tracy were over in Hollister today. They went over, I think, Friday night for a graduation of a grandson. He's a what do they call it when he's not one of the family, but he married into. He was already part of the family when my grandson married this lady. So he's not a true stall by any means, but he's a good kid, and he's just as much a part of the family as anybody. But anyway, they went over to see his graduation and then went back today because they had some sort of a big celebration. I don't know whether it was just for him or for quite a few of the kids, but they had a big meal over there. So Matt called me about 6:30 and said he was on his way home, but he wouldn't be home for a couple of hours. But he wasn't hungry because he had just eaten. Hi. Anyway, let you go, Lee. Thanks much for checking in here, and we'll see you perhaps tomorrow night on 6 meters. AF6 United with a pause for Tom. If you're there, Tom, K6MYC. No, Tom. Go ahead, Lee.
Okay, well, I'll say 7-3 for tonight, and I should be here on 6 meters tomorrow night. Look forward to getting things a little bit higher up in the air and seeing And this is only going to be the first step. There will be a second step after this if this all goes well, and I can finally get all of the structure in place and everything happening to support the tower and whatnot. This is just kind of a temporary test thing, but we'll see how it all goes. So 7-3, everybody. Thanks, Mike, and K6MYC from AF6 United. Back to net.
Okay, thanks, Lee, and fine on the temporary test. That's a good idea, just to make sure it's worth the effort. Let me ask Lee, Rob. Rob, can you hear him on the, are you listening to the live stream, Rob?
I have it muted because it messes me up when I try to talk to you and answer your questions. I can turn it on.
Well, I just thought you would have been able to hear Lee and how strong he is here. It's just amazing that he's so strong here. It's just crushing me, and you can't hear him. That's just weird.
775.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just our path isn't making it.
I hear Rob with a little bit of flutter in the background there. KM6SRR, can you get AF6 United?
Well, Rob's running 1,500 watts, and that's why he's probably not hearing you, Lee. I hear you, Mike. Hang on a sec. Yeah, that's probably the difference. You're probably, I'm running 100 watts, Lee?
Yeah, I think it's 100 watts, or it may be 50 watts on 144. I think it's 100 watts on 6 meters, and I think it's only 50 watts on 2 meters. So, yeah, I'm sure there's a big difference there, but I know Tom is running power on 2 meters as well, so I'm surprised that I'm coming in as well as I am at your place. Anyway, I've taken up too much of the time. 7-3, everybody. AF6 United, back to net.
Yeah, what radio are you using?
Yaesu FT847, 847.
Yeah, okay, that's 50 watts on 2 meters, 25 watts on 432, and 100 watts on 6. So, yeah, good radio, though. Good old radio. I had one for many, many years, and the one I own still is floating around the area here. Has had a couple of different owners, but where it's operating now, it sounds really good. All right, thanks, Lee. And yeah, that's why there's a difference of about 13 to 15 dB. If you had a little power, you'd probably get through. So when you get the antenna up, if you get through, it's going to show you that you've made it a 5 to 10 dB improvement. Over.
Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. So, like I said, this is going to be the first step, and if everything goes well, then I will probably be taking greater steps to make it a much more permanent installation and get it up probably another almost 10, maybe 15 feet. So I think all total it'll be up by about 30 feet. This next phase that I'm going to do will probably get it up about 15 to 20 feet. I think it's about 20 feet. So it'll be up above the ridge, and right now it's only like 10 to 12 feet above the ground. So it should be a considerable difference. But again, I've taken up too much time. I'll send it back to you guys. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate all of the advice and the chatter and everything. K6MYC from AF6 United. Back to net.
Yeah, no problem. I'd like to understand your station and see how it performs and offer suggestions when we have them. But you obviously have a little bit of a terrain advantage there. I think you said you're kind of up on a little rise there, particularly going east. All righty, I heard Mike in there. Good evening, Mike. I'm way below where you are, but I can hear you. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie up in Daly City, K6MYC. Go ahead.
K6MYC, KB6WSC, Bozo number 775. And I was even hearing Rob in there a little bit, so that's something new. But yes, it's 54 degrees and overcast. Over.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we had sort of a dull day here. We had sunlight, but it was kind of hazy. and the temperatures got up. I don't think we got quite to 100. They claimed that we might have gotten to 100. I don't know. I don't pay much attention. When it's over 90, it's hot. That's all I know. It's hot, and I keep working. So there you are. Anyway, good signal. I moved back and forth on you, but you were coming in at two different spots again in the Santa Cruz direction, and also on the direct path. On the direct path, you're much more up and down. Lots of QSB on the direct path, but when you bounce around and come through Watsonville, you're steadier. It's the damnedest thing. Anyway, good evening to you, Mike, and of course we'll look forward to hearing you on 6 meters tomorrow. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie Daly City, K6MYC.
73, good evening. KB6 BSC clear.
73, Mike.
WB6JNN.
WB6JNN, good evening, Jim. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Been sort of a hazy day, cloud cover today, but I'm just taking it easy. WB6JNN.
Oh, taking it easy. That's what I did yesterday. I did little or nothing yesterday. I guess you could say I did something, but it was so minimal that you couldn't count it as work. But I did get a full half a day in today. Started about noon and quit about 6:30, 7 o'clock or so. So we did work quite a while today. And enjoyed it. It was in the shade. Luckily, I was under my big redwood trees for the most part. So it was hot, but it was also shady. I only got 3 barrels of weeds out of that area. Or weeds and debris, I guess is a better way to put it. Weeds, grass, and debris. Anyway, you're sounding good. I don't know where I'm pointed. I thought I was pointed for Mike, but you're coming in quite nicely. WB6JNN, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, WB6JNN. Well, I just noticed I was only at 24 watts for my transverter on the earlier transmission, so this should be a little better. You're 9+, so I don't doubt if it's all that bad, but just thought I'd throw that out there for you. But I see my standing waves is running around 1.72, so I'm not quite sure what that is, but I haven't been on a roof for a long time and don't have any plans to do it. Getting too old for that. WB6JNN.
Well, you got to go up there just to say you can, but be very careful when you do. It's one thing to get on the roof, but I'm noticing I'm not comfortable on the roof anymore, and I used to live on the roof. I could walk on the roof like I was walking on the ground. But now I have to be careful because I don't see well. And I have to make sure I'm looking at the right edge of the roof, and I'm also looking, I don't have good depth perception. So, and sometimes if I turn around real fast, I get just a little dizzy because of the lack of depth perception or a frame of reference that you get from your eyes showing you where you are and what you're doing. So that's my caution on the roof. I have to just move slowly. As long as I do things slowly, I'm okay. I put 2 big, long 432 antennas up on the roof yesterday. These are the 432 XP40s, or XP whatever they are. It's the big, long ones. The 2 that I have in the air, and these are the other 2. I had 4 of them up originally, and they're cross-polarized, of course, but they're very long. And every bit of 30 feet. I put those up on the roof to make room so my weed eater lady, Amanda, could weed up close to the side of the barn. I had them laid next to the side of the barn, and of course the weeds grow up through them, and then you've got a perfect fire hazard. So I removed all the stuff from around the outside of the barn, and she did a nice job mowing all that stuff down. I got to get up there tomorrow and rake some of that away. She mostly weeded it today. Sometimes she rakes and weed eats, but today she had no end of weed eating in the area she was working in and didn't do a lot of raking. But raking isn't fun. It's harder, I think, harder work than actually weed eating. But she's an animal. She puts in 4 to 5 hours every day, steady, without well, she takes a break, I guess, but basically She works damn hard. Over.
Oh yeah. Well, I could really lower that mast. You know, it's the one that I bought from you. I can get it down to the roof level. However, the antenna stack on top of that goes up another 8 feet, I think it is, something like that. And the 1296 is at the top, and the 432 is on the top. So you have to take everything off the bottom to work on anything. So I just haven't done it. It's working. You know, if it works, don't. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, if you can't improve it, I mean, it's one thing to not work on it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if you're going to make it better, then you got to work on it. But you're about limited out where you can go with your QTH and your situation there anyway. So you do remarkably well considering where you are and your location there, Jim. Fine on everything. Let you go, and we'll see who else might be in here this very slow, lazy Sunday evening with a lot of party stuff and celebrations from graduation and stuff going on. We're not celebrating like they are celebrating down in Los Angeles, however. They're not exactly celebrating, although some of them think it is a First Amendment right to burn police cars and block Highway 101 and so on. That's a little beyond First Amendment rights, I think. I think a lot of them ought to get bussed down to Guantanamo and let them excite that place for a little bit. See how they like it. 7-3, Jim. WB6JNN, K6MYC.
Okay. WB6JNN, and yeah, not exactly peaceful demonstration. Certainly not the kind that was envisioned in the 1700s.
Yeah, that's for sure.
W6PQL.
Hi there, PQL. Go ahead.
Hi there, and good afternoon or good evening to Jim also. And I'm going to have to stop watching the news. It's just annoying me. They're doing this stuff in San Francisco also. I don't think they've burned any cars down yet, but, they're out there doing their protest thing. Over.
No, I didn't know they were doing it in San Francisco. LA's getting all the publicity. That Mayor Bass is sure a jerk. God. She can say anything to make it more worse. She said, well, keep going with your peaceful demonstrations, people, and it's all, of course, all Trump's fault. He brought in the ICE people, and that's what caused it. It's his fault. What an idiot. Anyway, enough of that. Good to hear you. And, you're about in the same mode that we are on between the 2 or 3 subjects that are out there. None of them are fun to watch. And it's just, you get tired of watching stupid. I like what Betty White used to say about stupid. You can't fix stupid unless you got a big, heavy 2x4.
Well, that was Betty White. Oh, okay. I didn't know she said that. She probably got it from somebody else, but it could have been her. Yeah. Well, I'm just afraid that, if I get too close to all of that, some of that will rub off on me or something. I don't want to be stupid. See you later. K6MYC, W6PQL.
You'll never be stupid, but well, hopefully the riots don't get down into your locality. I mean, I wish they weren't happening at all, and I wish they were better contained, if you will. Calling in the National Guard, I think, was a necessity. Particularly, they were coming into a nighttime. Riots at night get worse. More people show up, and they get wilder. And so bringing in the National Guard to give you more body count, if nothing else, more people to look like you're controlling things, I think was the right thing to do. There's a lot of people that didn't think that was the right thing to do. But, boy, the LA police were getting beat up pretty bad. They're taking it in the shorts, and they're not totally motivated either because they've had such a poor DA down there. When they do catch somebody, they don't usually get punished where they should be. So much for that. Same with LA. Same with San Francisco, I think. All righty. Good evening to you, Jim, and we'll see you, of course, tomorrow night on 222, and then hopefully later on 6 meters. Let's see, who else do we have in the Bay Area tonight? It's a little light. Everybody's partying. If you have grandsons and kids in graduation mode. K6MYC Bozo Net looking into the Bay Area for check-ins on 2 meters.
KB6B.
745 here.
Bozo 177, Studebaker 6 call.
Okay, I got 177. Got you, Gary. Hang on a second. I got 900. Let me get you, and I heard one other, but I didn't get the number on the other one. Let me get, go ahead, Oliver, why don't you take one, and we'll get it up to Gary there. Go ahead.
Okay, K6MYC, KB6BA 900. Had a couple of microwave meetings last week, but I'm back on for this evening, so went for a nice strenuous hike today. Glad summer's here. And back to my radio projects. And we'll stand back for the other station. Here's KB6BA over.
Yeah, we did miss you a couple of nights, but I assumed you had talked about doing some of that, so I assumed that's why you weren't there. Anyway, fine on getting caught up and enjoying the summer. I guess your temperatures are more tolerable over there. We were pushing toward 100 here today, Oliver.
Yep, upper 70s today. Middle of the day starts out from about 60. So it's pretty consistent weather pattern over.
Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let me see. Let me pick and see if I can. Maybe you can help me hear that other station that called in. I've got Gary, KE6QR. We'll get it to you in a second, Gary, but I wanted to find out who the other caller was there. Who was the other person that checked in, please? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie and the group listening.
WB6GGY, Bozo 884.
I got you. Very good, Phil. Good evening. And we'll see you. Hopefully you can stick around for a few minutes till I get pointed at you. I did not get out of bed until 11 this morning, so that's why I wasn't there, over.
Roger. Okay, not a problem. WB6GGY, standing by.
Yeah, I think Judy had what you had, that kind of upset stomach thing, and she was in and up and down all night long, so it kind of made me tired, and I was tired anyway, so I thought, screw it, I'm just going to stay in bed till I feel uncomfortable about being in bed. I felt so good laying on my back, I just thought, the heck with it, I'm just going to stay here. Thanks, Phil. Say hi to Barbara, we'll see you in a couple minutes here. WB6GGY, K6MYC, 2 meter Bozo Net, still looking for, well, let me get you, Gary. I'll go right over to you and get you in here. KE6QR, I'll bump up the antenna your way a little bit. K6MYC, over.
Sounding pretty good right now where you're at, Mike. 5 and 9, really good signal, and you're cutting through the noise. Anyway, I'm looking forward to being in the contest next weekend. Rovering. Be up on Mount Tamalpais Saturday morning at the start of the contest for about 3 hours. Then I'll be up on Mount Vaca Sunday morning, and I'll have all bands from 1.2 gigahertz to 6 meters, including 902 FM. So hope to make some contacts. All analog. CW sideband and FM. Anyway, have a good net. KE6QR, Charlie Mike 88, back to K6MYC.
Okay, well, it sounds like you're going to have quite an effort there. That's wonderful, even 902 and so on. Tell me, is Baca and Diablo 2 different grid squares?
Well, I'm not going on Diablo anymore. I'm going on Mount Tamalpais. Yeah, they're 2 different grid squares. Now, Diablo was Charlie Mike 97. Mount Tamalpais is Mount Charlie Mike 87, which I'll be on Saturday morning. And Mount Vaca is Charlie Mike 88, which I'll be on Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't mean Diablo. I just forgot about Vaca. Okay, good. So we will get you twice and get you in 2 different grid squares, Charlie Mike 87 and 88. Wonderful. Well, have a good one. And I'm going to be on that Saturday night, so you may want to check in and see if you can squeeze out a few more contacts if you join us. Again, 7 o'clock, I'm going to be on 2 meters on 144-200, kind of rounding up the gang and telling everybody that I'm going to go on 222 at 7:30. I'll be on 222 at 7:30 till about 8 or a little before. And then about 8 o'clock, we'll go to 1296 right away, 1296, for as long as we have people. And then at the end of 1296, we'll go to 432. So we'll get the difficult bands out of the way. Well, I should say difficult for most of us, guys. 5 gigahertz is really tough for some of us. It's beyond tough for me. See you, Gary. KE6QR, good luck. K6MYC.
Okay, thank you, Mike. 73, KE6QR.
Okay, and anybody else in the Bay Area, please, before we move on, K6MYC Bozo Net.
WB 745 here.
Cold area.
Okay, I got 2 of you, 745. I'm trying to remember who that is. And was that you, Dane, 107?
QSL 107.
Okay, got you 107, Dane. Let's see, get you written in here, 107 and 845. Who is 845?
745.
Eli, Mike, my old number, Bozo number.
KN6FZH.
Oh, is that Eli?
That's correct, QSL.
Yeah, good evening. Well, where's your granddad?
With me in the ham shack.
Good enough, Eli. Give the mic to him and let him check in at least, and then he can give it back to you. Over.
Yeah, 226 is here, WA60IB. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, sir. Good evening, and good to hear you both. And obviously, you have some kind of a little family gathering there. Eli sounds really good on the radio, by the way. You got him trained well, and he's got a great radio voice, Ken. Okay. Let's see. Over to you, Dane. At WB6JNP in Course Gold. You're home today, K6MYC.
Yeah, we're home today. Nothing new going on. Just, working around the house and having fun that way.
Yeah, having fun. I guess I had fun all day. I was really happy. I walked around the yard, and I have so many beautiful things in my yard, little flowers that are blooming and special things that I like. Geez, I'm so happy to be here. I love this place. It's a lot of work, but I love it. I just love this place. So I kind of did what you did today, worked around the house, just around the house, not out very far from the house, but a lot of little chores. We're trying to get ready for the MIT guys and make sure everything's in tip-top shape for appearances anyway. Thank you, Dane. And let's see, is there anybody else in the Bay Area before we move on to Oakley? K6MYC Bozo Net Bay Area. I hear nothing from N5NPD. Brett, are you there? I was going to make a comment to Brett. Maybe he should go down and help out those LAPD policemen that are trying to hold that riot under control. Sorry, not riot. That peaceful demonstration under control. Yep. But he appears not to be there. Okay. I'm going to go to Oakley. Here we go. K6MYC moving to 300 degrees in Oakley.
Here it goes. By the way, Mike, our high was 90 in Course Gold.
Yeah, I think we were a little bit higher than that, but I didn't even look. I figured once it gets to 90 or 100, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I just work through it.
Yeah, we're down just to, I think we're at 79 now, so. You know how it goes. Anyway, we'll catch you later. K6MYC, WB6JNP, Course Gold.
I did notice when I walked out at 7:25 when I walked out the house that it felt like it had cooled just a bit. So it looks like it'll be a little cooler maybe tomorrow or at least overnight. I've got the air conditioning unit on me here this evening. This is the one that I got from Daryl, and I forgot to thank him for it. It's cooling me nicely here, and working very nicely. Judy didn't come out tonight. She's got a sore back from the fall she took, and then she had kind of She ate something yesterday that didn't agree with her, and she was up all night with bowel movements and stomach grief. So she stayed in the house tonight. It's just fine. No need to be out here in this temperature range that we're in. Thank you, Jane. Let's see. I got the antenna toward Oakley, OA6. How about that? N6RO, not OA6RO. K6MYC.
WBC, my best to Judy, and we'll catch you later. WB6JNP.
Bozo 835 in Charlie Mach 97. And dinner was farmed salmon and asparagus. High temperature 88. Low temperatures on the high 50s. I didn't check it. And still rewiring this station that goes from 160 to 1296. I'll have it done by the contest, I hope. K6MYC N6RO.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were rewiring. Are you cabling of DC wiring or RF wiring?
Both audio and push-to-talk and you name it, control of radios. I have one computer, and it controls two radios, but only one at a time, so I have to memorize all the settings in the computer, so I remember them when I switch between radios. So I'm going to practice setting up for the VHF test during the week.
Okay. Well, we'll help you bring it out the best we can over here. If we can help you with anything, let us know.
It's just a matter of coming out to the hot Radio Shack and doing it.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, it was warmer today. I think we had about 10 degrees on you today. I think it was pushing toward 100. I don't know what it got to, but it was warm. But I worked from about noon to almost 7. I took one little break for about 20, 30 minutes in there to watch Portal Levin, and that was about only the rest of the time I was outside trying to get some cleanup. I filled 3 barrels full of weeds and debris today, so quite a cleanup day. Over.
Oh boy, they're really racking up those barrels. All I did today was watch the finals of the French tennis playoff. It was almost a 6-hour match. The Spaniard Alcaraz finally beat the Italian, who is number 1. So it was probably they call it a monumental game. It was really fun to watch, but it took all day.
Well, who won?
Alcaraz from Spain.
Oh, so he beat the Italian, huh?
Yeah. He was he won it last year, Alcaraz. But Sinner, the Italian, was rated number 1 because of his recent wins. So it was 1 against number 2 rated against number 1, and number 2 won.
Well, almost says that number 2 should be number 1.
I think when they revise the standing, that'll be what it is. I need to take a break from tennis and start watching the final series in the NHL.
Okay. I don't keep track of anything anymore because I can't see it, so I've kind of lost interest in watching that stuff. If it's action movements, I can't see much of what's going on there. I can follow the game, listening to it, and trying to see the score or hearing the score, but not like watching it. Watching those close on-the-line hits from the tennis players and the good serves and all that stuff. All righty. Thanks, Ken, and to continue with your evening. I didn't take dinner. Did dinner get done yet?
Yeah. Had salmon and asparagus.
What was the meat?
Salmon, farmed salmon.
Oh, salmon. Yeah, I think you had that twice this week. My God, 2 times in 1 week? Oh. I didn't get dinner. Judy was not watching the clock, and she says, dinner's ready. And I said, well, that's unfortunate. Just put a cover on it, and I'll come in and eat it in a few minutes. She thought it was 6:30, not 7:30. She was just going by the light. She's kind of under the weather. She's not feeling real well. She had an upset stomach from something that for dinner yesterday. We don't know exactly what it was, but she was up all night with grumbles and groans and potty trips and one of those. So she's exhausted today. Between that and the busted up hip and wrenched back, why she's a sorry puppy right now. I told her to stay in the house. Where it's better. She didn't even come outside today. She just doesn't feel up to it. So, but that's all right. We all have our days. See you tomorrow night, Ken, and 222 and 6 meters. Good evening. N6RO. I'm going to try and give you 60 different call signs, and ignore the good one. N6RO, okay, 6MYC with the hiccups.
Sounds kind of fishy up there, Ken.
Sorry to hear about Judy's issues. Give her my best for a quick back to normal. And what was I going to say? Something else, maybe about radio, but, it was at least 10 seconds ago, and I forgot it.
Well, listen for Ken. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, I think we double a little bit there. Sounds kind of fishy up there, Ken.
Sounds what?
Kind of fishy up there.
Fishy?
Yeah, you're eating too much fish.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, the other red fish that I had this week was steelhead trout, which is hard to tell the difference between that and salmon. So, I have to keep a daily record of what I eat so I don't repeat 2 nights in a row of the same thing. Food management, they call it. Anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow, N6RO.
Okay, very good, Cam 73. And I'll listen for you, Dennis. I heard you in there, WB6.
It'll come to you. Keep thinking.
So.
India, Sierra Oscar, inside out.
You're about as lucid as I am. I didn't get any of that.
WB6 inside out.
Yeah, I can't get your words. I WB6ISO, I know who it is. But I can't get your phonetics. Say it again.
Yeah. Whiskey Baker number 6, India, Sugar Ocean, or inside out.
I love inside out.
Yeah, I got it now, inside out. It was just out of context there. Okay. Got it. Anyway, inside out, man, have you got anybody else for us?
I do have a few there, and hello, Ken. Let me say hello to Ken real quick, if I may. I don't get a chance to talk to him very often. Kent, hello.
Howdy. I hope we can make some contacts in the contest.
Well, we'll have to try to get in here and do that. You got a nice signal up this way. Of course, anytime you turn the antenna this way, yeah, you're very loud. Anyway, hope everything's doing fine for you.
Yeah, good. You're always loud. I actually switched between 2 antennas, so it's very fast. I can hear Mike on this antenna, which is pointed at you, but here's the other antenna pointed at Mike. So 7-3s, and to all of you, N6ROs going back in the TV room.
Okay, kid. Have a pleasant good evening there to you. And Mr. Mike, have a pleasant good evening to you. I'm sorry that Judy's under the weather, and give her my very best. I know that she's not out there with you at the present time, but when you do see her, give her my very best and hope that she's feeling a little bit better. And when you're ready, I will give you a few check-ins.
Ready?
Okay. I did, of course, talk to Mr. Kent, K606 up there. 160 would like to be checked in, along with Dave, and 1PPP up there, 336. Also, we have Mr. Larry in 6BX. He would like to be checked in at 782. And how are we doing so far?
Perfect. Go ahead.
Okay, your signal went down a little bit on me, but that's okay as long as you can hear me. Let's see, we got, Mr. Richard, Mr. KA6NBC, number 849. Still asking about the antennas, and he's just been so busy, I guess he just hadn't got to them yet, but he will eventually. Next one I have for you is November 6th, Tango November India. That's Mr. Dan at 132 break.
Roger, go ahead.
And the last one I have here is I did talk to my buddy Richard, KD6B2 over there in Nevada, number 249. I'm checking in for him because he is off to Utah to visit his dad. I want to understand he's going to be gone for probably about a week. And I've been haven't talked to Stan lately. I'd normally been talking to Stan K7SUN there in the morning on 3959, so I'm sure he will be able to check in by himself. Anyway, that's about all I got for you this evening, and a pleasant good evening to you. Hope you're doing fine. This is WB6ISO Bozo 86.
Yeah, very fine, Dennis. Good, strong signal. I didn't have the antenna on you at the beginning. That's why you saw the signal drop a little bit. But I moved it over, and that's pretty close. Very strong signal. Thanks for all the check-ins. And I did check in Richard, although I know he isn't there tonight, but he must have worked him earlier. And so we got him checked in to 849. I'm sorry, 249, Richard. And I'll probably talk to him. Well, I was thinking that he was over there already, but maybe he'll be on 40 meters in the morning. We catch him from his dad's place on 40 in the morning sometimes. Good evening, Dennis. Thank you. WB6ISO, inside out, K6MYC.
Okay, very good, Mike. And 40 meters, what time and what frequency?
Oh, it's usually around 8:30. I wasn't there at all this morning. I slept in, as I said earlier, but I normally am there 7 days a week. 8:30, frequency of 7137.
Okay, we might check in. And are we going to be doing a swap meet here? Are people still listing things that they got for sale? Is that still going around?
I'm sorry, you mentioned the swap meet. The one we had here on the May 24th is over. What were you asking about?
Yeah, I think once upon a time you were having a deal here on the frequency, kind of a swap meet, people looking for equipment or selling equipment. Is that still going on?
Well, it's always open. If you have something that you're looking for, or you have a want or a need, put the word out. Never know. If you have something, you have somebody that you're selling something for somebody or selling something for yourself, that's also an open subject. Go ahead.
Or whatever, so just wanted to see if that was still going on there. Okay, Mike, have a very, very fine evening, and I'm going to say hello to Darren if he's listening, and also Bill KO6KD if he's listening.
Yeah, we doubled a little bit. I don't think you got my answer about the verbal swap meet on the air here.
Yeah, I missed everything. I don't know, high noise level came in there all of a sudden, almost took you out.
Okay, well, what I said was if you have something that you're looking for or need, or if you have somebody that needs something, tell us and we'll poke around and see if it turns up. If you have something to sell for yourself or somebody else, tell us and we'll poke at it. So, yeah, it's always an open subject. Over.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I have two spare ICOM IC970 alphas. I got two of them. I got three of them all together. I'm on one of them right now, but I do have two more of the IC970 alpha. And that's the all-mode radio, and they could look it up, and maybe if they're really interested, they can give me a call, and we could discuss the situation on them. I have two of them, and one of them is a basic 2-meter 440. The other one has 2-meter 440, plus it has the general covered receiver that goes from 50 to 950 megs continuous on that general covered receiver on the other one, and they're both capable of putting a 1.2 in them. Neither one does have it at the present time, but they do have all the optional and high stable crystal systems, and also the electronic keyer for repeater FM and all that, and power supplies all built in. So anyway, if anybody's looking for anything of that nature, feel free to give me a call, and we can discuss all the situation.
Yeah, you mentioned that before. I don't know. I'm sure your voice is being heard in a number of places, not only on the stream, but also direct. You get all the way to LA, so I won't repeat it, but hopefully you'll find somebody. It's kind of a narrow usage radio, only because it's so narrow in frequency. Even with the broadband coverage, it might be something as a secondary radio or something that a technician guy might want, but has a limited market. I think that's the only problem with it. They're nice radios, but limited because they don't have a lot of bands. All righty. I'm sure somebody will contact you by web or by some method if there's an interest.
The concept of what you're saying there, Mike, unfortunately, it is the same frequency coverage as the new 970, also the 910, 820, 821 ICOM. So what makes it different? Over.
Oh, I thought you said it only transmitted on 2 and 432.
No, it's the same thing as that 970 that you got sitting there. It's all mode for 2 meters, 432, general FM, sideband, CW, RTTY, any mode. It's a full satellite radio. The options for the radio is you could put 1.2 in it, okay, and the other option for the radio, which is hard to find, is a general covered receiver. It's also another option that goes in it. So you have that band as well that covers from 50 to 950 megs continuous.
Yeah, but basically it's a 2-band radio. That's what I was saying. I didn't mean to disparage it. It's just a 2-band radio, 2 meters and 432, with the option to try and find a 1296 transverter.
Yeah, well, it's not a transverter. It's actually another module that goes in for the 1.2, but it is basically a 2-meter 440 full satellite radio. Anyway, that's what it is. So anyway, and the general cover receiver, that's another option that goes in there, which covers from 50 to 950 megs continuous, which is another nice setup on them. Okay, but anyway, if somebody's interested, they can give me a call. Phone number, area code 916-991-2331. So that's enough for the advertisement. Okay. So have a pleasant good evening, and you take care.
All right. Good enough. And I'm sure anybody that needs it, if there's anybody that wants that number, we can get it, or they can just drop you a line on email.
They could do that as well. And here's another optional thing for your information. The pay pause up here does not interfere with this radio whatsoever.
Okay. Sounds good.
One of the other options, I tried the 9700 up here, and that pay pause wipes it out completely. It does not bother this radio here. That's a whole complete different situation. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Have a fine evening.
Yeah, well, it might be a good radio for a guy that doesn't have the upper bands here. Right. Let's see. I think I'm pointed toward you, Darren, if you're there. KJ6KFB, K6MYC. No, Darren may not be home yet. How about you, KO6KD? How about it, Bill, K6MYC?
Yep, KO6KD, number 776, checking in. And hello, Dennis, and everybody else on the net. Darren said he might be back. He is in town, and I was looking forward to checking into the net tonight. So he might be here someplace. I don't know, but he said he was going to try to make it. Anyway, so that's it. I have nothing else to offer other than the dinner here tonight is going to be a frozen Meals on Wheels entree and a piece of bread that isn't too moldy that I'll toast up and put a little margarine on. So anyway, there you go. That's going to be the cuisine here at the KD Casa. That's all I have for now. 7-3, and we'll catch you maybe tomorrow morning.
Well, yeah. Were you on this morning? I didn't get up. I slept. By the time I woke up, the net was almost over, 8:45 or something, so I just didn't even bother to try and get in there. And I went back to sleep slept till almost 11, over.
No, Sundays are kind of a bad day for me. I had other things. I was not there this morning. In fact, I figured you guys are going to be over on 20 meters most of the morning, and that was going to take up all the time. So I never even bothered.
Yeah, well, you probably didn't miss anything. The band was very poor the day before, and I figured it would be about the same. So I didn't. I wasn't motivated. So we'll find out who was there and who wasn't, I guess, tomorrow. Or maybe Phil. Phil, if you're listening here, you can tell us what you heard this morning on 20 and 40. WB6GGY, K6MYC.
K6MYC, WB6GGY. It was pretty quiet as far as I could tell. When I got up and was listening and didn't hear any of the gang on there. So, and then I had to, we took off for church early. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Well, then I feel like I didn't miss anything. I was kind of mixed emotions about not getting up in time, but I overslept to start with. I could have raced in there and caught some 10 minutes of it or something, but I thought, oh, the heck with it. So I just stayed in bed and recovered what I was missing. We had kind of a rough night. Judy had sort of what you had. You probably heard me mention that. So she was up and down all night. Over.
Yeah, well, I certainly hope she's doing better now, and we'll look forward to her getting over it completely there. WB6GGY.
Well, she's gone almost all day without having to make any more trips into the Blue Room, so that's a good sign. Over.
Oh, very good. Very good. And I don't know if Greg's out there or not. Greg, are you listening?
WA6H&A, Greg, are you here? I don't hear Greg.
No, Greg. No, Greg. Okay, I'm going to be on the side. I'll let you guys get back to it, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. BB6GGY 73.
Yeah, we'll look for you in the morning. I should be on 40. Don't see any reason not to be on schedule tomorrow. WB6GGY, KO6KD, now KR6MR. John, I wonder if you're copying me there, over.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group. And Judy, I hope her back's going to feel better. KR6MR, Bozo 759. Go ahead.
Yeah, good signal. Just a tiny bit of wavery, fluttery, but not bad. And good to hear you. Sorry it's taking so long here. We're just dwindling along here. I should get going here. We're just about done, I guess, with the net. I haven't had dinner yet either, so I guess I should be motivated to get done here. Anyway, look forward to hearing you on 6 meters tomorrow night. Conditions tonight seem to be very solid, very stable. Everybody's easy copy here so far on 2 meters. But I suspect we won't have very much out of Nevada. Richard's gone, and Larry sometimes doesn't show up, and I'm not sure about Stan, K7SUN, and I know Daniel will be there. Daniel's like a clock. He's always on time. 7-3, and I'll take a listen and see if we can hear the Reading boys in this direction. KR6MR for your final, John. K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike, very good. I haven't really had all my dinner. I've only had a salad so far, which is the first half of every dinner is a nice, healthy salad. And then I got to dig in. Don't ask me what I eat. Anyway, I'll look for you tomorrow night on 6, and hopefully I'll have some hot tub time in earlier, which make me feel even better. So, K6MYC in the group, KR6MR 73.
Okay, sounds like a good idea. Hot tub. That's what Judy needs. All righty. Thanks, John. Good to hear you. And hopefully she will be better. She's, if it hadn't been for this upset stomach thing, she probably was on the mend pretty good, but that knocked her pins loose again. So she's hobbling around here, not feeling like doing anything. 7-3, we'll see you tomorrow on 6 meters at least. RK6MYC cleared, looking for Reading, Charlie November 80, Charlie November 80, Reading, KO6HS and KD6 Sugar Whiskey. Anybody?
756.
I got 145, very weak, very weak. Stand by, Rich, and we'll get back with you. Who was the other one? Was that you, George?
756.
Oh, 756. You are home. Okay. Good to hear you, Darren. Did you accomplish all you wanted to on your trip?
Well, almost everything. Didn't quite find what I was hoping for in the Minden, but otherwise it was a pretty nice trip.
No, very good. Okay. Now, let me get something written down here. I forgot to write John in here. 759. Okay, we got it now. Good. Well, we kind of missed you. We looked for you on all the bands, and of course you weren't there, but we knew you weren't supposed to be there, but we weren't sure exactly when you were coming back. So anyway, you sounded good tonight, and I'm not pointed anywhere close to you. So you're doing, band is in good shape here. Won't keep you, Darren. Thank you. And have you had any luck getting parts for your 222 thing?
I will be checking on that momentarily, but I don't have all the details. I got to go dig through the mail inbound bucket, and hopefully we'll find lots of good stuff there, Mike. Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo 756.
Yeah, good enough. Well, good luck with finding what you need in there. 73. KJ6 KFB, K6 MYC. Now back to Reading. Let me see. I've got you, Rich. Let me see if I can hear. Jerry in there. Jerry, let's see if I can get you in there. KO6HS, KO6HS, K6 MYC. Over. Gotcha, but boy, it's thin. Really poor propagation to you guys tonight. It's probably just because of the inversions and stuff. Probably propagating somewhere really good. But we've got you, Jerry. It's just not bodacious. It'll probably come better in a little bit. If you guys want to stick around, I'll go to Nevada quickly. I don't think I'll have more than 2 check-ins in Nevada, so that'll be quick, and I can come back and have one more listen and see if it gets any better for us there. For you guys into Nevada, into Reading. KO6HS, go ahead, and then I'll pick up Rich for the final, K6 MYC.
Roger. Copy. You're very up and down. Low signals, but we're copying you there. Yeah, propagation's not that great, but hopefully it'll be better next time. 73 KO6HS over.
Yeah, KO6HS, solid copy, but very, very thin. Hi. 73 Sherry 73. KO6HS, up to you for any comments there, Rich. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6 MYC.
Papa Echo.
Okay, and I hear W6 Papa Echo too. Good evening, Rich. 73 is very light. No copy. I went back and forth on you. But I could not get a peak. I could not get a signal peak on you. I got the peak, but there was no readability. 73s, we'll look for you tomorrow. Rich, on 6 meters. Look for you tomorrow on 6. KD6SW, K6MYC 73, and good evening to you, Mike.
Good evening, Mike. Good to hear you on there. So anyway, just wanted to jump in here and say hi. And yeah, they got quite some insanity going on down there in LA with all the crazies out there. So you mentioned that earlier, and yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm glad I'm not there. You'll be taking
I hear you. W6PE, K6MYC. Yeah, we're not happy, and we're happy that we're not. That Judy's really concerned it'll spread. But Fresno's a whole different makeup of people here, and while we have a few that could cause a little grief, it's not a massive amount of people, and we're more conservative over here. So it's a far different community, but she's still worried about those kind of stuff. Anyway, I don't think we'll have any problems, but it is sad to see so many people so terribly screwed up. And of course, it's all they blame it on Trump, but it's really because it's a sanctuary state, and they put no controls on this state for the last 10 or 20 years, and it's just tanking very quickly. It's really sad to see the state in such bad shape in any number of ways. Still got a lot of good people, however. Still got a lot of good people. Let me take a standby and see if anybody's up north there. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango. Larry, are you on tonight? No, Larry. KE7UQL, Kilo Echo 7 Uniform, Quebec, London. How about you, Dan? We've got you 272, very, very light copy. Very light. It'll probably come up in just a second. Let me go over and see if Stan is there in Fallon, Nevada. Fallon, Nevada. K7 Sierra Uniform November. K7 SUN, K6MYC. Stan, are you there? Okay, not much from Stan. So we'll look for you tomorrow, of course. Daniel, look for you tomorrow on 222. Look for you tomorrow on 222, and hopefully better propagation than we have tonight. KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Very bad. The path is very bad. Graduation this week.
Boy, it's really down in the mud tonight. I'm having trouble copying. Let me just see. Stand by a second. Let me just see if Eric is in there. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. N7 VAZ, I wonder if you're home yet from your trips. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu in Reno. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie calling and standing by. Any copy, Eric? N7 VAZ, N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, K6MYC calling and listening. It could be either propagation or he isn't there, one or the other. Anyway, 73's Daniel, I wish it was better, but it's really, really thin tonight. I haven't heard you this bad for a long time. KE7UQL for a final, K6MYC. Good evening.
Whiskey 2, Whiskey, Radio X-ray.
Radio X-ray, I missed the first part.
Aloha there, Mike, how you doing? This is Whiskey 2, Whiskey 1 X-ray.
W2WRX, good evening, Carl. Let me get the antenna more your way over.
Roger, yeah. I'm talking off a Yaesu here. Let me, hang on there, Mike.
Yeah, boy, you're really weak tonight, Carl. Maybe you're running barefoot there. Is it 294, right, Carl? 294?
W2WX. You hear me okay there, Mike?
I'm looking for your Bozo number, Carl. I think it's 294, 294, right?
Roger that. 294.
Yeah, you're very, very weak. Maybe you don't have the amplifier on or something, because you're way, way, way down from normal. Just barely above the noise here. W2WRX, K6MYC, over. Well, I guess I've lost you, Carl. Thank you for checking in. Maybe there's no amplifier there. Maybe you got a broken feed line or something. Maybe you're not copying me either. I'm running about 1,500 watts at you, so if I'm weak, then we've really got a problem somewhere on your end, perhaps. 73, Carl, we've got you checked in, but it's not normal. Not at all normal signal there. 73, W2WRX, K6MYC, standing by for KD6 Whiskey, Victor Lima. KD6WVL, are you there, John?
KD6WVL, number 1179. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, John. Boy, you wait till the last minute to check in here. I've been back and forth, and you could have checked in anyone over the last 10 minutes here. Anyway, good evening to you. Nice, strong signal, as always. I don't know what's going on with Carl. Could you hear Carl, W2WRX? He was really weak here.
Yeah, I could hear him. It wasn't really loud, but I heard him all right. He was Q5.
Yeah, but he is usually smoking in here. You know, he has power, and he has a pretty good station there. So normally he's just bodacious in here. So I don't know if he's copying you. You might mention that I've got him checked in, everything's okay, but he's maybe something's broken or he doesn't have the amp on or something. Normally, even without the amp, I could copy him better than what I'm hearing. KD6WVL, K6MYC.
Yeah, I was just looking on the map here. He's not too far from me. I mean, like I say, it wasn't really loud, but I could copy him okay. So thanks for the check-in, Mike. Hope Judy's feeling better. KD6WVL 73.
Okay, I'll pass your good wishes on to her. I think she'll be all right. She just, the stomach flu added complications to what she was already suffering with, and that makes the medication that she's taking for pain a little bit tenuous. So then she gets worried about taking medicine, and we're not sure what's upsetting her stomach, the medicine or the food. Anyway, it's just, it'll pass. She'll probably feel better in the morning. Thank you, John, for the thoughts.
W2WRX.
Yeah, there you are. Now you're sounding good. What's going on?
This is a new radio, new Yaesu FTX1 Optima. It was set at 50 watts. So I threw my little small amplifier RF concept. It does around 175, 200, something like that. But anyway, forget all about this unit, Mike, and I'm trying to get used to the setup. W2WRX, back to you.
Oh, very good. Well, congratulations on the new little radio. I know quite a bit about it. I'm not an expert by any means, but I've heard about it. It seems to be quite a nice little radio. And you have the one that has the HF in it that goes up to 100 watts?
Yes, sir. That goes HF to 6 meter, 100 watts. VHF, UHF is 50 watts, and I was talking to you in the beginning at 50 watts. And I noticed, oh, I forgot, this one doesn't do 100 watts. So I put it online with the RF concept. It's 170 watter. I believe I'm doing a little bit over 170, about close to about 200. But anyway, definitely sounding good there, Mike. Sorry about the soft condition out of my audio.
Well, no, your audio is fine. The audio sounds good. Everything's good. Now, I suspect what happened was you did not have the power turned up to even 50 watts. That's my guess, because my ear's telling me that your signals come up way more than 6 or 8 dB. You came up from like, you probably came up close to 30 dB in signal strength. You were just so weak. So I suspect you didn't have the 50 watts going out. If you want to drop back without the amplifier again and make sure you got the wattage all the way up on it and it's not dropping to 10 watts or something, why, that would be a good test. Over.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, it's pulling about 35 amps right now on my 70 amp, what do you call it, Astron. So it's working on the other amplifier. I do have the backup, the commander that does 1200, but that's not on. It's online, but it's not turned on. I'm just trying to feel for this new radio and see how it's working out on me. Back to you.
Yeah, fine. Well, why don't you drop the amp and let me see if I can hear you.
Okay, that's 50 watt W2WX.
Yeah, well, that's dropping quite a bit. I don't know. 50 to 200 watts is only 6 dB, though. If you're putting out 200 watts, they're only up 6 dB. 50 to 100 is 3 dB. 100 to 200 is another 3 dB. And it sure sounds like more than 3 dB to me. Let's see if John is listening. John, what does it sound like to you when he goes up and down?
Yeah, it sounds good. He went to, no, I'm trying to remember now, I was looking at it. I think he was about 5 and 3 without it, and he was up to about 5.7 with the amp.
Yeah, but he's only increasing the power by 6 dB, which isn't much. You know, that's an S unit or a little bit more, so it sounds like a lot more than that to me. Anyway, we copy you either way, Carl, and I think on the last one you were a little stronger on the 50 watts than when you first called in. I could barely hear you. Anyway, it's a good little radio. I think you're going to have fun with it, and they say it's got a spectacular receiver, and of course it's got all modes and so on. They did do a couple of things. They left out a few things for the high techie guys with digital guys, but other than that, I've heard no complaints, and they sound beautiful on the air. Back to you, Carl. 73 to you, John. 73 to you, Carl. K6MYC.
Roger. Okay, I got the amp, the small amp. Back to you. But yes, the head, the FTX1F, just the head, will work on the automatic antenna tuner. Yaesu makes a TAS 120A screwdriver, and that works with the head. I've got the Optima, that's the 100-watt amplifier that goes for the HF. So with the amplifier in the head, and I'm using this RF concept break here to make the calls. But anyway, you definitely sounded good. On the other radio, I had to go up by 50 hertz, kilohertz, because I believe I'm off on my on the radio. This one here, you're right, deadline on the frequency. Okay, thank you again, Mike. Mahalo, aloha. Have a Mai Tai on me because I know it's nice and hot. And also to the other gentlemen out there, W2WRX.
I think a Mai Tai on you would be just the thing that'll set me off this evening and finish my day off in good shape. Thank you for that, and I'll buy one back for you. Thank you, Carl. Are you running vertical now, or are you running horizontally polarized?
Before I was running vertical, and I forgot. I switched to horizontal, and you came in, and you're really coming in strong. You're 9 over. You're close to.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. I think when I first called in, you were vertical, and that's why you were so weak. And then you switched to horizontal and went to 200 watts, and that's why the big change there. Okay, that explains it all. Sounds good. And thanks, Carl. Good to hear you. Aloha, my friend. Goodbye for now.
Roger. Okay. We'll talk to you again, Mike. Thank you for the flowers. Aloha, W2WRX.
Yep, 73. Now, anybody else for the Bozo Net? K6MYC? anybody, Rob?
No, I probably should go check out Rick down there.
Yeah, Rick and Eddie. I'm in the Bay Area. Late checks are missed in the Bay Area. K6MYC, Bozo Net. Anybody late checks are missed for 2 meters, over? Okay, nothing heard. Continuing on down south.
KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2 meter Bozo Net? KE6BK, this is KM6SRR with K6MYC, standing by. KE6BK. Well, how about old Bozo 61, KB6RQU? Rick, you on tonight for the 2 meter Bozo Net?
KB6RQU or KE6BK or anybody in Visalia or anybody anywhere. Last call for the 2 meter Bozo Net. K6MYC, Central California for the Northern California Bozo Net. Nothing heard. Good night, Rob. I can't count it, but it looks like maybe in the high 30s.
Yeah, I've got 38.
Yeah, that's about what it looks like. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, are you willing to share Amanda with weed eating?
You betcha. She $35 an hour, but she brings her own machine and she's hard at it. Over.
Okay. She's pretty busy at your place though, so I don't want to compete with you.
Well, I told her a couple of more days. She's going to work tomorrow. Then she's off for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because we got the MIT guys here, and I don't want to have any more confusion than we've already got. Not that she's in the way or anything. I just thought it'd be a break for me and a break for her. And then she might be back Friday or the end of next week. But again, she had a couple of other jobs she said that she was going to do. But I have her phone number, so I could get her in touch with you or you with her if you like. And she lives in why can't I think it? Right down the road from you on Road 200. What's the town?
O'Neill's?
Yeah, O'Neill. She lives in O'Neill, so it's a shot to you. It's right next door practically. Over.
Yeah, that sounds good. I could probably use the help for sure.
Yeah, it's a nice lady, very sharp, and very seems to be very dedicated to doing a good job. Frank liked what she did, and everything. I've seen that she worked some nasty areas for me. You know, I've got some horrible hillsides, and she's cleaned them up nicely. She even will rake the stuff, but she's not as good a raker as she is a weed eater. Over.
Yeah, I'm fine with just weed eating. That's fine. I got most of my stuff still to rake up. I've just been going like heck weed eating, trying to get the real danger down here. And I still got more to do, and I just couldn't do it today. It's just too hot.
Yep, understand. Well, she worked 4 hours today and looked pretty good at the end. So there you go. Her name is Amanda, and I'll have Beauty text you her phone number. Okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
Alrighty. And I don't think we're hearing. I think he's listening, but he's probably busy in the background. 73 to you, Aaron. Good evening. Anybody else listening? Good evening to everybody, and we'll see everybody perhaps tomorrow night on 222 and/or 6 meters. Enjoy the rest of the day. K6MYC off and clear with a 2 meter Bozo Net here from Central California.
Yeah, Aaron texted me. He said he just got home. He's listening, but the radio's off, so I'm not sure what that means.
Well, he's listening on his phone probably. All righty. Thank you. 7-3. Good night, Aaron.
And Aaron, if you're listening, I got a couple goodies for you. So we'll talk to you later. KM6SR. And good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR 73.